And yes, while many Indians are worried about staying in America, another growing group is working for foreign companies while living in India. But even that comes with a hidden tax trap. And that's our next story. Remote work has changed the way the world works. Today, it's completely possible to sit in Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Pune, or Gurugram while working for a company based in the US, the UK, or Singapore. Now, for many professionals, it sounds the best of two worlds, a global salary while living in India. But here's one question many people they don't really ask until it's too late. Where is that income actually taxable? Well, a common misconception is that if your salary is paid by a foreign company into an overseas bank account, or if taxes have already been deducted abroad, you don't have to worry about paying taxes in India. Now, that's not always true. In many cases, what matters is where you are physically working, not where your employer is located. If you are working in India and doing your job from India, your income may also have tax implications under the Indian law. Okay? And wait, that's where things can become more complicated for you. Many remote professionals assume that the double taxation avoidance agreement, or the DTAA, automatically protects them from paying tax twice. But claiming that relief is not automatic. It often requires proper documentation, timely filing, and following the prescribed process. Missing those steps can create unnecessary tax complications for you. And here's another issue that's becoming increasingly important, by the way. Tax authorities across countries are now sharing more financial information than ever before. With tech making it easier to compare international records, undeclared foreign income, it is becoming much harder to hide, even unintentionally. For professionals receiving overseas salaries, stock options, or foreign investment, maintaining proper records and understanding reporting requirement, it has become more important than ever before. So, if you are working remotely for a foreign company while living in India, don't assume everything is automatically covered. Review your tax residency, understand your reporting obligations, and seek professional advice if your financial situation involves multiple countries. While remote work may have removed geographical boundaries, but tax laws still have them. Understanding those boundaries can save you from costly surprise later on. Well, for thousands of Indian students, getting admission to an American university is more than just earning a degree. It is the first step towards building a career in the US. The usual plan is simple: complete your studies, work through the OPT, optional practical training, gain experience, and eventually move to an H-1B visa. But that pathway, it could become much more expensive if a new proposal moves forward. Ladies and gentlemen, reports suggest that the US Department of Homeland Security is considering a proposal that could attach a $100,000 fee to post-graduation work authorization under the OPT program. Now, at this stage, it's only a proposal, not a final rule, but even the possibility has sparked concern among students, universities, and employers. Now, to understand why this matters, let's first understand what OPT actually is. OPT allows international students on F1 visa to work in the US after graduation. For STEM graduates, that work period can extend up to 3 years, making OPT one of the most important bridges between university life and full-time employment. Now imagine adding a 6-figure cost to that particular bridge. If students are expected to pay it themselves, it could make working in the US financially impossible for many families who have already spent heavily on tuition fee and living expenses. On the other hand, if employers are required to bear the cost here, many startups and mid-sized companies may simply stop hiring international graduates altogether. The impact? It wouldn't stop there. Indian students make up one of the largest international student communities in the US, right? American universities also depend heavily on international involvement, specifically in STEM program, by the way. Any major change to the OPT system, it could influence where students choose to study in future, with countries like Canada, Australia, Germany, and even India now becoming stronger alternative. So, what should the students do now? Well, let me help you with that. The first step, very, very simple, don't panic. Well, no final policy has been announced yet. Instead, keep following official updates from the Department of Homeland Security and stay in regular contact with your university's International Student Office. If you are planning your long-term career, it is also wise to explore multiple immigration pathway instead of relying on just one option, because immigration rules can change. The more prepared you are, the more choices you will have.